Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good morning or good evening from wherever you're watching. Tonight is the night. It's round number 9, race number 9, Darlington Raceway here in the A&E Truck Series. I am Dylan McDonald, with Nigel, who's going to be joining us in the broadcast booth in a little bit, but Dean Hopton is going to join myself in the broadcast booth, help me bring the coverage here from Darlington International Speedway. It's the Lady in Black. It's too tough to tame. It's a track that kind of looks like an egg, but we'll get into more of that in just a little bit. But Dane, how's it going there, good sir?
Yeah, hi Dylan. I'm doing fantastic, thank you. I'm back to Darlington a couple of times. I've been here this week for some broadcasting, and she's tough to tame, my friend. But you got a couple of stripes on there as well too. We'll go quickly over our current playoff standings in the season here, and then there it is at the moment. Tom Ferrier on the top there with a whole bunch of points up his sleeve there. Newman, Borgie, Tyler Williams, and Holdsworth all locked in, of course, to the playoffs. But then the rest of the field here will all be shuffling. They've got a bit of time, my friend, before you get to the playoffs, but there's your cutoff line at Trent Lavelle.
Yeah, you see there the points looking pretty tight by that cutoff line, as it is a win and you're in type situation. Lachlan Pryke is going to be the first car, on the outside looking in. Only 2 points below the cutoff line. Bradley Kearns 15. Riley Curtis is down 23. So anything in these races can change drastically if there's new winner beyond this week and the following weeks coming up here on the schedule. Obviously, Brad Newman, Aaron Borg, Tom Freer, Jason Holdsworth, they all want to keep their wins going to make everybody else be a little bit more frantic on the point side, getting their way on in. But still, it's Darlington. Anything can happen. Turns number 1 and 2 is going to be one of the type of turns where it's going to be more than likely full throttle all the way in and through. You got to crack the throttle just a little bit. And then 3 and 4, heavy braking zone. Want to keep it down by the inside. There is no off-track limits here, so you can go down as low as you possibly want, and you can go all the way up to the wall if you want to. Pit road is going to be another difficult and masterful thing that you got to watch out for. It's one of the more difficult ways to get on a pit road. That's going to happen about 60 to 65 laps in tonight's race. Hopefully we can keep it green all the way through, but going to go through the starting lineup for tonight's race. Is going to be Jordan Jurassic, P number 1, Brad Newman for Lobby Sports in P number 2, Stephen Williams in the 3rd. 4th is going to be Kute Dow. 5th is going to be Tom Freer. 6th is going to be Angus Lawford. 7th is going to be Jason Holdsworth. 8th, Matt Bailey. 9th is going to be Aaron Borg. 10th is going to be Jamie Davis. 11th is going to be David Lawler. And rounding out your top 12 is going to be Ryan Barber.
Moving over to the next page, Trent Lavelle will be in the 13th place there for the Australia-wide Racing. Brandon Griffiths will be next to him. They'll chooch there. Jarrett Gilbert and Angus Sweeney will be lining up next to them. 17th place, Ricky Hyde with Jake Maloney next to him. 18th, Matt Raymond and Timo Blundell. Lachlan Flake, Andy Barber for the other Barbie Southern Stars Esports team there. Brian Blundell and Matt Payton. Still more. But
25th is going to be Aaron Dorman. 26th is going to be Mark Grocott. 27th is going to be Brad Wright. 28th is going to be Riley Curtis. 29th is going to be Marty Mitchell. Running out your 30 car field, I believe, is going to be Kelvin Clark, the 1/6 machine. Marty's got the green flag. Driver's going to be coming off turns number 3 and 4 for the first time here at Darlington. Going to get to the Geico restart zone. Going to bring this green flag to the air, and there we go, Dean. We're off to the races here at Darlington for the first time. Jordan Jurassic making his way back into the field. He's going to lead them into turns number 1 and 2. He's going to get clear of Brad Newman pretty quickly. Everybody else going to be side by side through turns number 3, 1, and 2. Not really where you want to be side by side at, but everybody going to try to get down into the single file lane down into turns number 3 and 4. Some of them being able to, a lot of the drivers not being able to, as you can see there on your screen. Just a couple of drivers in some throwback games, as we have one spinning around on the front stretch. It's going to be the number 15 of Angus Sweeney, that Kodak Films.
Yeah.
Beautiful
That's
little
flashback,
throwback of the
it?
number 15.
Yeah. Take a picture of that one at the moment. That's a Kodak moment, as they used to say. So no caution called, thankfully, on that one. So we get to go green flag. I'd like to see some green flag racing. Of course, you will see some cautions, no doubt. We're seeing a few little movers and shakers, a little bit of action happen at the back here as drivers are shuffling all over here for Project 36 entries. We've got 4 wide. I am not mistaken. I thought for a second we're under a caution, but we're not. There's a turn. That's not going to work. That's the 136 there of David Lawler, and that will cause a caution. I don't know. Over to you, Dylan. It's 4 wide in Darlington, my friend. Not advised. Not on the first couple of laps.
Oh yeah, 4 wide and 3 wide, definitely not advised here at Darlington. As you know, Dean, the front stretch and back stretch look like there's a lot of room, but you got to get it figured out by the time you get down into the corners. They thought they had it figured out, but just ran out of real estate for the number 136 machine and a few others to get caught up here towards the front. And here's the first spin by the number 15. He's going to tag the wall, get down to the inside. Just single car spin, nothing too major. He was able to get his car spun back around, get the car back going, and here is the wreck coming to the caution. See there, Andy Barber up on the outside, got it down, just tagged the 136 machine. There's going to be some memorabilia down in the pit road. It's going to be signed, ready to go, autographed. As it looks like the 17 got in the number 136, the 194. Both Barbers getting involved in tonight's first accident here tonight. As you see there, David Lawler thought he was going to be able to get down there, be clear. Just kind of snuck up on him there, Dean. Just kind of ran out of real estate there. And Darlington's just one of those tracks where it's just hard to know right where you're going without having that solid yellow or white line to navigate yourself around.
Nobody go at this point too from Tame Blundell. It's going to just be a passenger of that one. This one's very important to be try to qualify up front as much as you possibly can to avoid early incidents that are going to occur on this track. As you can see, here's Marty Mitchell just trying to back off at the moment there. Decides to go up high, but of course doesn't see that number 5 in the smoke haze for the Slacks Creeks entry, just down the road actually from me here in Brisbane. But Marty, clever enough to hit the anchors and stop that truck from getting into a wreck. Back to live pitches, Jordan Jurassic in the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one thing that Marty Mitchell did fairly well was get on the brakes, but did not lock them up to slide up or down the racetrack. And, that's another thing that's really hard to do is, you want to hurry up, get the car stopped as quickly as you possibly can, but you don't want to flat spot the tires. And that's exactly what Marty Mitchell did there, is he got the car completely stopped, didn't expect to have the Andy Barber up there at the top, and just says, hello, how's it going? As nobody able to, as he was able to get out of that machine unscathed. As we look on the board with the number 9, Raising Cane's One Love. I don't know about you, Dean, but if you have Raising Cane's near you,
We don't.
It's
Mate.
absolutely phenomenal.
We don't have that at all in
good.
Australia. Not that I'm aware of, unless they have it down south. But let us know in the chat if we do in Australia, because I've never seen one before. You might have to elaborate what that is. I thought you said Jordan Jurassic was going to have something Jurassic-ish on his livery tonight, because Jordan doesn't usually race in the series. You'll see him in the chat. But no. What is this One Love, Canes?
Okay, so Raising Cane's is a chicken place. It's American thing. They're known for their chicken strips.
Ah.
They got the cane sauce. Oh, it's so good. Super good.
All right. Well, we have
Kind of a southern thing brought back up here.
Right,
But getting ready to go back, Green Flag Racing. Jordan Jurassic, Brad Newman on the front row, going to bring us back to the green flag. And there they go, Jordan Jurassic. Beautiful launch off of the restart. He's going to get clear. Brad Newman's going to try to get clear as well. He does. And then from the third on back, they're going to be double file once again. A little bit of contact down there on the inside, able to keep the cars pointed the right way.
Oh.
Down to the, hard. Oh, yeah, that motor is expired for the race here tonight. As Matt Patton.
Yep. No, go ahead, mate.
Able to get the car off of. As he is able to get the car off of the track without further incident. As Jordan Jurassic still sitting at P number 1. But yeah, so Jordan Jurassic, I made the comment last week since I knew it was Darlington, it was throwback week. I messaged the guys and said, Jordan Jurassic, your presence is needed. And you need to be in a Gordon Jurassic Park themed truck. Obviously, he didn't get it. It's okay. But still putting the Raising Cane's machine up towards the front. And you can see just what kind of line you have to run at Darlington through turns number 1 and 2. Got to enter super shallow. Take it all the way up by the outside wall, and then bring it all the way back down to that dotted white line. And here comes Brad Newman down to the inside, trying to make a pass at the number 9 machine.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. You got to remember too, Jordan Jurassic's not a full-time driver here for the Truck Series, so he's kind of subbing in this evening, and it's going to give Brad Newman a run for his money as well. Some of those other drivers, I know Jordan Jurassic is a previous champion in some of the American series that I have produced and broadcasted for Buffel, so he's got some serious pace. So he's going to bring these A-game to some of these drivers. We'll see how they're going to be able to handle him. Stephen Williams in P3, Kute Dow and Aaron Borg up 4 in P5 as well, too. You see movers, shakers and gainers here on lap 11 at the Lady in Black, Darlington.
Yeah, you can see there Lachlan Frank up 12 positions from where he was at, where he started. So good at moving up through the entire field. And you can tell just by the way that these drivers are going, there's different lines being played in turns number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This time by Brad Newman's going to keep it down by that dotted white line off of 3 and 4. Last lap, he took it up by the outside wall in turns number 3 and 4. Just trying to get a little bit of a run on the number 9 machine, but not taking advantage of any opportunity that has presented itself. Only been one lead change this entire race. Is going to be Jordan Jurassic, but here we go. Brad Newman down to the inside in 3 and 4. What's going to happen? Is Jordan going to pull over, let him have it? No, he's going to fight on the outside, side by side, coming off turns number 3 and 4. Looks like a little bit of contact, but able to keep it clean.
Yeah, a bit of trading paints going on at the moment there, because track or position is key here around Darlington, and Jordan knows that. Newman's going to have to work around it, around the American driver that serves in the your military service as well, too, in the United States of America. He's overseas, I believe, as well, too, which is the reason why he can doesn't have to get up early in the morning like you are, as well, too, to do broadcasts and be on his A-game. Jordan Jurassic's everywhere. As well as Kute is on the back there of Stephen Williams. Battle for P3 currently, too.
You can see it there. Kute Dow trying to find any way that he can around Stephen Williams. Just trying to eye up the run, see where his weakness points are, and going to try to take advantage of those mistakes that Stephen Williams has in order for what he needs to do. But so far, trying to just keep it off the wall. That's going to be the main thing that a lot of these drivers are going to be watching for, is keeping the truck off the wall as best as they possibly can. The more damage you get, the longer your race is going to feel like it's going to take, because you're not going to have the aerodynamics that everybody else has if they have a clean truck. As Ricky Hyde in the number 87 goes around and around and around we go, bringing out our second caution flag of the night.
There it is at the moment. I saw there was a little bit of a race information that came up that said that Ricky was running a little bit slow. We'll go back and have a look at the replay of what happened here. Might have been contact. No, it's just could have been a solo incident here. This is actually at the end of it, my friend. So we'll go back and have a look at the start of it. There's probably contact there. He gets a little wiggle, gets a little loose. Everybody else manages to avoid him. Comes down into the inside pit wall there. Bang, hard lick into the fence. Go back and kind of have a look at that just a little bit before. We'll rewind it. Not a real fan of doing that, but we're like network television, aren't we? And just go to that. Was that contact? You'd have to say yes.
Oh, just the slightest little bit, and got him upset. And you can see right behind him, Jason Holdsworth on the binders, trying to get the truck slowed down. Just ran out of room, just gave him just a little bit of a tag. For Ricky's sake there, he hit the rear end, not the front nose, getting into the inside wall. Still not ideal, but the damage is a little bit more repairable on that back bumper and not instead of the front nose.
And now we've got about half the field elected to come down on our second caution, lap 17 here. Which is interesting because you've got some of the Project 36. You've got Holdsworth in. Jordan Jurassic was leading this race. You got Ryan, Chooch, Jared, Riley. You can all see it there in your timing tower. It's about half the field. The rest of the field electing to stay out, so they're going to do a different strategy here this evening. Brad Newman will be back into the lead of this race. Jordan Jurassic will come out just ahead of Jason Holdsworth, Riley, and Jared a little bit further there. So now half the field are yet to pit, and the other field of drivers have. Now, you know about that too, Dylan. This is a tire chewer, this isn't it? This track there just chews through your 4 points of contact on the track.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This track is definitely going to shred up some tires, and that's what we're going to see here tonight. You know, half the field has pit, the other half hasn't. We're going to see what 17 laps of tires makes a difference here tonight, and see how quickly Jordan Jurassic and the field can come back through this field. There's a lot of cars in between Brad Newman and Jordan Jurassic and Jason Holdsworth. It's all going to be about patience, and that's what Darlington is going to take, is the patience. You got to have the patience to get all the way through turns number 1 and 2, and then obviously turns number 3 and 4. It's definitely going to be weird to see how everybody tries to navigate this circuit.
And I believe that we're joined by the voice of motorsports, if I'm not mistaken there. Is that Mr. Wesley Outland in here?
Hi, good morning, guys. How are y'all? I just got the message from Nigel Sedell to ask me to come in and join you guys. And obviously, I like Darlington. So we're ready to rock and roll here and see what happens. Dylan, as we'll get ready for a restart, man. Looks like right now Newman up in front leading the way. We'll see what happens as we get ready to come back to green here. Still a long way to go in this race.
Yeah, that absolutely pit stop just occurred. It's going to be a new front row. Brad Newman, Stephen Williams on the front row. Barney's got the green flag. Going to wave it one more time through the Geico restart zone. Back to green flag racing. Newman with a beautiful launch going down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get clear, and it's going to be double file the rest of the way. Can Stephen Williams get clear? He does. And there we go. Once again, everybody trying to jockey for position, get themselves at single file. Don't want to be caught in that 2-wide battle. We already seen the 3-wide and the 4-wide already. Down in turns number 3 and 4, 3-wide again, but got down to 2-wide. Wes is Darlington. It's the Darlington Stripes, the lady in black, too tough to tame. Who's going to keep their truck as clean as they possibly can here tonight?
Yeah, that's the valiant question, right? I mean, right now we watch these guys work up against the outside of the safer barrier, and that's the preferred line that you want to run here at Darlington Raceway. Right now, Newman leads the cavalry. He's got Williams in tow. Katay Dahl there in third. Matt Bailey, Aaron Berg, all these guys working up on the top side of the racetrack as we head to lap number 20 as they work again off turn number 4.
Yeah, working off turns number 3 and 4, down the long straightaway, and there it is. They get all the way down to the inside, all the way back up to the outside wall, giving it just a little bit of a kiss. Doesn't want to get too spicy with it, just a little bit of a smooch, saying, hey, how you doing? And back down the backstretch is down in turns number 3 and 4 is going to be a hard braking zone. Jake Maloney and the beautiful Jeff Gordon throwback Baby Ruth scheme, as he's going to get a really good run off turns number 3 and 4. He's looking down to the inside of Lachlan Frank. He's going to have that position going into turns number 1 and 2.
Yeah, right now we look at that Baby Ruth machine, the number 11 right there up against the wall, Jake Maloney. And we watch what he'll do here now as he works his way back down the Boeing back straightaway. All the while, Brad Newman still continuing to lead the way as you're on board now with Tom Freer. Started this race in 5th. He's now back in 6th position. Right now, everybody single file heading back into turn number 1, the egg-shaped Darlington Raceway in the PD region of Virtual, South Carolina.
Yeah, looking at it right now, Jason Holdsworth up to P number 10, as he was one of the drivers that elected to go down into pit lane. Jurassic fell back down to 15th. He's not making any headway up here as Aaron Dorman tank slaps the wall coming out of turns number 1 and 2. He's going to lose a couple positions, and there's Jordan Jurassic right behind him. Does he make it 3 wide? He does. Not sure how this is going to fold out. He's going to back out of it. Doesn't want to be 3 wide. Smart move.
Sir, man, look at this guy. I've known this man a long time. Jordan Jurassic in the Cane's Chicken One Love, number 9, former NASCAR Truck Series Cops champion, right now battling with the boys of NASCAR Australia Trucks, and he knows how to get it done in these machines right now, just kind of resetting here to get back into the top 10 as they work again on board.
Yeah, looking to reset the entire way that he needs to have it done. I mean, obviously, he wants to be up there towards the front. He wants the clean air. He wants to be back where he was. But like I said, during the caution break there, you have to have a lot of patience. Yes, you're on new, fresh tires, but you can't just bum rush through the field. You got to pick and choose where to make your passes at. And 1 and 2 are definitely going to be where you're going to see all the passes come through. And then off of turns number 3 and 4, if you get the good enough run, you can make it work. You just got to make sure that you're either dead even coming to the start finish line, or you want to be a little bit ahead of the guy that you're trying to pass going into the corners.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Obviously, 25 laps into this race right now. Newman, Williams, Dial, Bailey, Borg, top 5. Watching some of this other racing going on in the back. There's our buddy, the Chooch. I'm sorry, that's Angus Lawford. Yeah, Angus Lawford there. He does have the colors of Brandon Griffiths, but that is Angus Lawford right there as we watch him come across the line. Chooch, Brandon Griffiths is back in the number 12 spot. All this going on as we're single file. There he is. Chooch is, again, those trucks look just identical to one another. Difference is the numbers. And there he is right there. Got a good run going for him right now, heading to turn 3 here towards Winston-Salem.
Yeah, here in the late goings, Project 36 have had some absolute pieces through these entire races as we're on board with the Synergy. Number 41 of Tom Freer right in front of the Project number 36 machine is going to jump back up board. Going to be Matt Bailey, another newcomer. Not sure where Tute Dow went, but that's going to move Matt Bailey up to P number 3, I believe.
Yeah, Matt Bailey will work up to the number 3 spot. Look at that hornet's nest behind him. Behind him is, of course, Borg. Borg's now leading the cavalry with Maloney and Frank and Freer. All these guys right now just kind of hitting their marks as you see Maloney trying to fight the wheel, trying to get a run here on Borg. He's on his inside, driver left as we're door to door. Here comes now the 17 of Frank. He'll try to go 2 for 1 as they work in 4.
He thought about it, backed out of it, doesn't want to be in that tight position going through his turns number 3 and 4. As Wes, as you see it, 1 and 2, nice wide open. You can fit 2 cars through turns number 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
3 and 4, it can work. You just got to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. A little bit of a wall kiss there for the driver in front of Tom Freer. That's going to be Borg. No, excuse me. Sorry. Lachlan Frank kissing the wall just a little bit, but that's going to open up the door for Tom Freer to have a little bit of a run coming off turns number 3 and 4. Not going to be able to be to the quarter panel at the corner entry. Going to eye it up one more time. You see it there. He backs off just a little bit. And he's going to get a really good run coming off turns number 1 and 2.
So, Dylan, if you look and our audience looks at on the racetrack, you see that there's these different lines, right? Precision, progressive banking is what I like to call it. You hear us mention it a lot at Homestead or Vegas or Michigan or Auto Club when it used to be around, progressive banking. And the thing is this, though. You could possibly go 5, 6, 7 wide if you're brave enough, and you can here. But the problem with Darlington, Dylan, is you've got to ride up on the wall. They talk about Darlington stripes for a reason. You got to earn your rookie stripes here in Darlington. And if you drive 5, 6 wide below the bottom of the apron, believe it or not, that is the slow part of the racetrack at Darlington. It means that you lose ground on everybody riding up on the top shelf. So you see the lines. You can go 4 and 5 wide if you want to, but again, if you go to the bottom, you got to have a monster engine, and you got to have you got to really have it to the floor if you're going to try to pass somebody on the bottom, because the top is the way to go here at Darlington.
Oh, absolutely. Anywhere above that dotted white line that you see on your screen is going to be the fast way around the racetrack. If you're down there below the dotted white line, you're going to be extremely loose. You can't put the power down. It's kind of like another IRP in a way. You get super low, you're just going to lose all the drive off that you have. You get up by that outside wall, you're going to have all the drive off. So you can, like you said, Wes, you can do it. Do you want to do it? No, not really.
No.
You kind of want to keep up there. Yeah, you kind of want to keep up there with everybody on the racetrack. And, I've seen drivers go down there on final laps through 3 and 4, throw a really good slider, get the position. But by the time they get to the half point of the corner or off the corner exit, they don't have any momentum. And the guy that they just passed is looking back at him, chucking up the douches, saying, too early there, buddy, and getting the race win. So are we going to see that here tonight? Possibly down in turns number 3 and 4. Or we could potentially not see it and just see side by side a little bit of door banging coming off the corners.
Yeah, very true. And obviously we're a lap shy from 100 laps to go. Let's give you your top 5 again. Brad Newman leading in the 1 in the Uno P1 spot. Stephen Williams back in 2nd. Jake Maloney 3rd. Matt Bailey 4th. Aaron M. Borg is right now in the top 5. Then it's Lachlan Frank, Tom Freer, Angus Law, Jason Holdsworth, the all-time starter of Australian eNASCAR Esports, is in 8th, 9th as well. Jordan Jurassic in 10th. And that is the way they stand right now with 100 laps to go here in Darlington.
And fuel window is going to be about 60 to 65. Obviously, with the 2 cautions that we had, these drivers were able to save just a little bit more fuel. About half the other half of the field ended up taking their first pit stop on lap number 17 as we have slow
Jared
car.
Gilbert.
No, not what you want to see. Is we're going to get cut over to a quick little
teammate. Oh man, it's his teammate he got into. Oh wow.
Ooh.
But it didn't trigger a caution.
No caution on the racetrack. Able to get it off the racing surface in time. As Lachlan.
That's heartbreaking, man. That's the 136 and the 227 there getting into one another. That's David Lawler Law, and the other truck that we mentioned of Jared Gilbert, teammates for Project 52. But nonetheless, we still continue to stay under the green flag conditions, and we roll back on here. By the way, I guess at the Project 36, truck 52 was who I was thinking of. Look at Angus Law, though. He's able to continue along, and No caution again as well. Lachlan Frank gets himself a Darlington stripe, and that's a lot of damage that might be on the 17 as here come more trucks going for the pass now on the bottom.
Yeah, you see it there. Lachlan getting back up into the outside wall, turns number 3 and 4. That's going to allow Angus Lawford to get around the number 17. Jason Holdsworth was looking to make it around the number 17, just not able to get there in time. And every lap these drivers go around this circuit west, they're getting higher and higher and higher until they can't get higher anymore. And then they get that beautiful Darlington stripe and come back.
Yes, sir. As I was humming with Dennis with his song there that Dean had going on. So, but yeah, want to get higher. Obviously, Angus Lawford Law working now, trying to get back into the top 5, top 4 spots right now. You're watching him here is Newman running away with this thing. Look at Tom Freer fighting the truck. Wow, that could have been bad. As now Lawford's right on his back door. Here he goes. And look at that. Made a move, and he said, "Bonsai, see ya." That's exactly what we talked about here at Darlington. So we talked about there, Rylan, you make a mistake, man, and Dylan, you make a mistake, and bam, there you see a guy taking advantage of it here.
Yeah, you see taking advantage there. Jordan Jurassic going to move his way up to P number 8. And looking good. Yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rex says he should be in the Jurassic Park scheme, but guess you can't find one in a week time. But the 52, looking down the inside of Aaron Borg, the 43 of Aaron Borg already has a race win. Doesn't really have to worry about anything. He's already locked into the playoffs, but wants to finish very well throughout these entire races. Angus Lawford moves his way back up to P number 5.
Remember, we talked about the pit stops, and a lot of these guys have not even came down to the pit lane yet. Some people did at lap 16, about the time that I joined you, Dylan. But right now, everybody else just kind of being patient, not coming down to the pit lane. Everybody pretty much in the top 10 except for 2, so 8 drivers right now. And Brandon Chooch Griffiths, there he is right there, another Project 36 entry. There he is in the 36. Got a good solid run for him. He is trying to get into the top 10 right now, back in 14th as he's mired by traffic on the back straightaway.
Absolutely. He's trying to do it. Riley Curtis trying to get away from this Project 36 sandwich as Jordan Jurassic down to the inside of Aaron Borg. He's going to ship it on into turn number 1 and 2. Aaron Borg going to let up just a little bit, so move Jordan Jurassic up to P number 6 as he's on his way towards the front. As last lap for Jordan Jurassic was a 31.9. The leader's last lap, a 32.2. So Jordan Jurassic turning up the heat just a little bit. Want to see how far he can get up there before pit stops start accruing as we take lap number 46 out of 136. And Wes, with those 2 cautions, I'd say push him back another 5-6 laps. So instead of seeing pit stops happen on lap 60 to 65, we're possibly maybe looking at 65 to 70.
For sure, as we see this battle now for second, there's a look at your fuel window down below. So I would say you could probably stretch it about 75 laps or so if there was the caution. Look at that number 11. That is Jake Maloney. Hold on. Saved by Steven Williams for second. He was going to be going around Williams and Maloney. Look at that. Bailey was right there also watching all this happen. Steven Williams saved Jake Maloney from spinning there, Dylan. Wow.
Oh, absolutely. And what a beautiful job by Jake Maloney to not overcorrect and go back to the outside wall. You hate to see it because when he got loose, so you just heated up the rear tires more than what you wanted to do. But excellent piece of driving by that number 11 machine to keep that car as straight as he possibly could. As there we go, J.V. Davis making his way around the number 36 of Brandon Chooch is looking very, very fierce up here. Is can't have any teammate violence going through here. Is two Project 36 machines trying to chase down the next car in line. That's going to be the TWRS Matt Raymond, currently sitting 13th on the race grid.
Yeah, what an absolutely great performance right now as we are seeing now green flag pit stops. Here comes some people dropping down onto the pit lane and heading to lap number 50. This is Mark Fluffy Grocott on pit road. There he is. I believe Aaron Dorman is also on pit road. And there is the man, Brad Newman, doing a phenomenal job leading right now. The number one onto the pit lane, Stephen Williams, Jake Maloney. By the way, Dylan, do you know what throwback truck Jake Maloney is driving? That number 11. Can we show him real quickly? There
that
it is.
is Jeff Gordon's number one. Should be number one. Baby Ruth machine that he first started rolling out, I believe, in the Busch series, as they used to call it.
Series. You're exactly right. That is the first NASCAR vehicle that Jeff Gordon drove in 1991. Unbelievable. Could not believe that Jeff Gordon's been running NASCAR that long. But it was, because it wasn't until, actually I'm going to say 92, because it was not until 94 that Jeff Gordon began his Rookie of the Year season with Hendrick driving for the Rainbow Warriors. His first NASCAR Cup Series win came in May of 94 when he won the Coca-Cola 600, the endurance race Savannah machine. So, yeah, there's a trip down memory lane. Jake Maloney, the number 11, Baby Ruth colors of what he did in the Busch Series back in the day. And I love a Baby Ruth candy bar calling a baseball game there,
I have not seen a Baby Ruth car, I haven't seen a Baby Ruth candy bar in so long. I kind of forgot about the Baby Ruths.
Yeah,
but with me, I've always been like a Clark bar and a Zero bar kind of guy. The nostalgia candy bars.
I like my Snickers. So here's the story about Baby Ruth. Here's a true story for all of you Aussie mates and mateys that did not know. Like our producer Dean was telling us in the background in our ear. So Baby Ruth Candy Bar was created by a father and son Mars program. Okay, they were on their last leg. They created that candy bar. They based the candy bar off of the great Babe Ruth. They wanted Babe Ruth to endorse it. He said no. Well, the powers that be, father and son at Mars, said, you know what? We're still going to call it Baby Ruth, and let's see what you're going to do about it. And because it wasn't Babe Ruth, Baby Ruth, they got away with it. And it became the most popular candy bar for a very, very long time. And even in an effort to try to get back at them, the great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth, tried to make his own candy bar, Dylan, and it went flopped. It didn't work. That's the story behind Baby Ruth. That's the story behind it.
We're actually good. We're good. See, Wes, I had no idea that all happened. I mean, me, I'm a 90s baby. Was born in 96, know all about the Baby Ruth car for Jeff Gordon. Have the die casts.
Yeah.
Have it all. Have a car made.
Every one of y'all make me feel old every time that I give a history lesson, okay? Yeah. Smells like Teen Spirit. Smells like Teen Spirit. Oh, wow. Oh, man. But, yeah, there's a story behind that, and obviously, there you go. I wish Baby Ruth candy bars were in Australia because they are really delicious for sure. Yeah.
Well, I think, Wes, what we need to do is we need to send a care package to Dean and Jason and Nigel.
Not with the straight Baby Ruth. Not with the tariff prices that are in the world today. I don't know. And the tariffs, we'll never get it. It'll take forever. It'll go through customs and stay there.
You might just get a candy bar wrapper. You might not even get the candy.
Candy be melted by the time they got it shipped to them.
put it in with a
Hey,
nice
what
pass.
a move. Did you see Angus Law go right up the middle, man? He was 3 wide, hot dog flying out of the bun. There's Matt Bailey right there. You're on board with him. He started 8th. He's now in 3rd. And look at this great run he's got going for him right now. There's a look at your race recap as we're heading towards the halfway mark of this race. Here at Darlington, it's going by rather quickly. 2 cautions for 6 laps. And Dylan, it has been all Brad Newman, but I got a feeling trucks are going to start getting loose, tightened up. Here comes Baby Ruth, Jake Maloney, Aaron Borgen, 43. They're all coming down pit road, buddy.
Yeah, going down pit lane, and this is about the time where they're going to start filing out, getting into their pit stop machines here as Jordan Jurassic trying to bring himself back up towards the front, still faster than the leader with a 32.4, and then leader's last lap was a 32.5. So just a little bit faster than the race leader as of right now, but Jordan Jurassic trying to get back up there towards the front part of this race. He can go a little bit further than the leader on the pit stop cycle, as he was one of the first drivers to go down pit lane under a caution. And West, pit road, one of the hardest pit roads to get onto, as one, it's absolutely blind. You gotta try to follow the line going into pit lane, and if you go a little bit too far left, you're gonna hit tire barriers. You go too far right, you're gonna hit the sand barriers. So your execution on the pit road is going to be absolutely crucial if it's under green flag conditions.
No, you're exactly right. Is right now we watch Angus Law working his way now, trying to run down the Nexus entry, the 63 of Matt Bailey. His Chevrolet's in the 3rd spot. And you got to wonder, when are they going to peel off the pit road? The smart thing to do is to pit when Brad Newman pits. And here's something to think about. He's 5 seconds ahead of second on back. So the smart thing to be right now is let's not battle amongst ourselves. Let's watch Brad Newman. When the one pulls in, you got 5 seconds where you can pull off and be able to come down to pit lane with him. If you don't do that, you better pit the next lap. Brad Newman is showing his strengths of winning this race here right now, coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely want to make sure that you get into pit lane with Brad Newman, or get into pit lane before Brad Newman gets out of pit lane and fully up to speed. As long as you stay out there, the longer you are by the time Brad Newman comes out, and the more time you're going to end up losing. As Jordan Jurassic down to the inside of the number 63 machine, going to make light and quick, easy work of Matt Bailey, move himself back up to P number 3. Jordan Jurassic on a tear, trying to get back up there towards the front.
And Brad Newman is in. Who will follow? Monkey see, monkey do. You better do it. Here comes nobody else pitting. Jordan Jurassic back to the lead. Stephen Williams, Matt Bailey, they all stayed on the racetrack. They better be pitting this upcoming lap as Newman is on pit road, the leader.
Oh, Matt Bailey down to the inside. Super sideways. Gets it caught back up. Goes down into pit lane. Got a lot of rear end damage on that number 63 machine. Beautiful save. Thankfully, though, here, Wes, at Darlington, you have a lot of gray area down towards that inside lane. Otherwise, it feels at a different track, let's say Richmond or any kind of other mile and a half, your front end's going to end up meeting a wall down there towards the inside.
Yeah, we're watching now. Jordan Jurassic now be the leader. By the way, he was the fastest guy on the racetrack now, by the way. 31.67, 170 miles an hour. Right now, he is setting the bar over Stephen Williams. Here comes Tom Freer on pit road. Matt Bailey, who about spun on the bottom of the apron. Or actually, correction, he did spin, Dylan. He's now making pit stops. But when does Williams, when does Law, when do these guys come down pit road? Remember, Holdsworth, Curtis, Raymond, Jordan Jurassic, they all pitted on lap 16. Here they come.
Yeah, there they go down to the inside, and this is what I was talking about. It's so hard to map and gauge where you're going to be at. Gets into pit lane nice and easy, as it looks like Borg in front, or the number 98 in front of Angus Lawford, both down into pit lane, going to take 4 tires and fuel. It's definitely going to be something different to watch. I mean, obviously, 67 laps are complete out of 136. Jordan Jurassic back to the race lead where he started this thing off at, but now it's all about cycles. Jordan Jurassic's going to have to go back into pit lane at about 80 to 85 or maybe even 90 laps into this run, and then it'll all cycle back out to Brad Newman. And we've seen how quick Jordan Jurassic could get back up there. Nice little Tokyo drift. Oh, caught the inside wall. David Lawler gets it back going, gets into pit lane. He's going to be able to get that truck fully serviced.
How fun was that just a moment ago as we are seeing pit stops happen, and they are money stops, might I add also. I think this could be the finish of the race right here as we're watching these guys lay it all on the line as we move into the home stretch here for the race number 9 of the trucks in Season 2 for the Australian eNASCAR Series. And Dylan McDonald, obviously Jordan Jurassic now, the man that's up in front. We're seeing more guys pull onto pit lane who pitted around 16. Here comes Matt Raymond. And I got to wonder, if we don't get a late race caution, this could be the money stop. But look at this gaggle of traffic, dude. It's not like Daytona where they literally get separated. They are all stacked up with each other in a lot of parts around the track off of 4.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely going to be something to watch. I mean, obviously, pit stops, all different types of strategies going out here, Wes, and you can just tell the difference between fresh tires and old tires as Riley Curtis right up on the back bumper of Jason Holdsworth. Just try to bide in his time, doesn't want to make any drastic moves. He's going to look down to the inside, going to take a little bit of a peaky blinder.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Looking on board. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the service. As you can see down there, down on the bottom, you can see Nitro Racing Discord. Nitro Racing Discord is nitroracing.com/nitroracing.gg, as they have beautiful truck, Xfinity, and Cup setups for each and every single week. I personally run Nitro setups. Absolutely a blast to be out there on the racetrack with all the other official races that go on week in and week out. But Jason Holdsworth getting passed by a Project Number 36 machine, as you can tell. Look at the difference between the tire ages. You got old tires versus new. The new tires are going to win 10 times out of 10.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. And obviously, we are definitely seeing everybody now keep their eye on Jordan Jurassic. When we come down to the pit lane, here's something to think about also. Dylan, 5 trucks on the lead lap. That's it, dude. There's only 5 trucks. Aaron Borg is a lap down. That's it. Everyone else a lap down or more as we continue to watch Jordan Jurassic and Brad Newman now get back into the top 5. He is flying through the field 2 seconds quicker than the fastest man, Jordan Jurassic. Watch the one climb. He's, though, 26 seconds back. But here's the thing you got to think about. Perfect. If I'm your crew chief, your spotter right now for the one of Brad Newman, you know what I'm telling him, Dylan? Do not worry. Stay. Run your pace. Hold your line. Because you know the top 4 have to pit. You will be the new leader. You will be in the catbird seat to win this race.
Absolutely, and that would be absolutely great advice for Brad Newman. You don't want to burn up your stuff too early trying to catch the race leader. He knows he's got to pit. He knows what's at stake if he does try to burn off his equipment, but that just opens up the door for Jordan Jurassic if Brad Newman overdrives his car all the way through this last set of pit stops. We've seen Jurassic come back through the field after his pit stop. It took him a little bit, but by the time Brad Newman went into pit lane, Jurassic was back up to P number 2 as Lachlan Frank looking down to the inside of Jamie Davis in the number 92 machine. Going to be side by side coming off turns number 3 and 4, and there it is. Beautiful LFR number 17 SWM wraps. Looking down the inside, and here comes the 63.
Oh, wow.
Almost a little bit of a take slap there for the number 63. He really sent it into turn number 1 and 2, but able to come out single file for the time being.
Almost heaven. Let's see what Jordan Jurassic will do now, because right now he is under attack. Look at this big gaggle of traffic now going at it. With him leading is what I meant to say, but these trucks are pitting. It's getting later in the day. Look at the cloud cover that is over the racetrack now. It literally looks like it's heading into sunset as we watch these guys high above the racetrack. There's our aerial view, and I still think it's daytime, Dylan, but it's just got cloudy. Look at the cloud cover, and you got to wonder who hit the right setup or who is going to be really loose and tight right now because of that change of the weather conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a little bit more grip on the racetrack with that cloud cover, and then obviously once the sun comes out and plays peekaboo once again, it's going to get a little bit more slippy slidey for a lot of these drivers. But Brad Newman making his way around Jason Holdsworth, and just like that, I mean, just look at the gap that Brad Newman puts on Jason Holdsworth. These two drivers not needing a win to get back into the playoffs, but want to accumulate as many points as they possibly can. As the last lap by Brad Newman, 31.1. Last lap by Jordan Jurassic, 32.2. So still over a second quicker than our race leader, and Brad Newman has that thing set on dig. He hit the nitrous button. He's trying to get himself up there. As next one, he's knocking on heaven's door with Riley. Curtis Riley going to go up to the outside. Just give Brad Newman the inside, like, here, buddy. Just go ahead, take it. I'm not going to fight you any harder than what I need to. With him having a fresher tires, as there's another straggler going down into pit lane this time by.
And right now we are watching just sheer domination by, well, Jason Holdsworth on pit road, crashes in to the sand barrels.
Oh,
Jason
no,
Holdsworth. And he's literally got smoking on the rear. This is not good, Dylan. He just might have threw the race away.
Oh, no, definitely. That's what I was talking about. A blind corner going into pit road. Jason tried locking him up to not hit the sand barriers. Just got in there just a little bit too hot and caught him. Motor did expire on that number 8 machine. Riley Curtis down into pit lane this time by. Now it's all up to Jordan Jurassic, who is still out there on those.
Unbelievable.
We're still on those same tires from lap 17. As we got a 5-car battle back here, riding on board with Tom Freer.
Riley Curtis just pitted. By the way, still waiting on 1 or 2 more that pitted at lap 16. That is Brandon Chooch, Griffiths, and Jordan Jurassic. They are in right now 1st and 4th on the racetrack. By the way, Brad Newman now cuts his interval to 14 seconds behind the leader, Jordan Jurassic. As you know, JD he's gonna have to pit. Look at this. Oh, look at it up against the wall again, baby. Hold on to it. That is a big Darlington smash, not a stripe. That's a smash on the passenger side of that truck right there. Wow.
Yeah, that is just one thing that you don't really want to see, is yourself getting up into the outside wall. Very good awareness by Aaron Dorman to keep it into the outside wall. Obviously, you don't want to keep it into the inside or the outside wall, but with a lot of traffic coming on around, he's going to keep it up there as Jordan Jurassic. In pit lane, same with Brandon Chooch. Yep. Is Newman coming around to take the race lead back from Jordan Jurassic, and believe that would be the last pit stop that Jordan Jurassic has to make for the entire race.
And we knew that Brad Newman was going to lead this thing. Now the question is this. Can Brad Newman stretch this thing? Okay, so here's the deal. You got to realize there were some cautions. It slowed things down. 2 yellow flags, as you mentioned. And we've been on a long green flag run since lap 16. It was lap 63 when we saw Brad Newman pit. So you do the math. 63 times 2 is what? 126. That means he is 10 laps shy, or he is just going to be coasting on fumes, if you will, because he was saving when we were under caution. That is a strategy. It is a bold strategy. We will see if Brad Newman can roll the dice. Now, you get a late race caution, Dylan, and it changes everything in that picture.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at everything that's going on in front of Tom Freer, I thought we were going to have that caution happen there with Lachlan Pryke, as Riley Curtis got a little bit of a door check from Lachlan Frank, excuse me.
Frank.
Able to keep it, able to keep him nice and clean, nice and straight. A little bit of a chop block there from Frank on Tom Freer. Tom Freer's going to diamond it down to the inside, and look at the run. Side by side, going into turns number 3 and 4. Wants to hurry up and get that position on the 17. He's going to. Oh, look at that. Here comes, almost a little bit of contact behind the number 17.
What an awesome battle we're seeing right there. Look at that. A wiggle, jiggle, giggle, bobble as they go back into the corner. We're watching again all this taking place. How about Brad Newman back up in front? He has got a 14-second lead from Aaron M. Borg in second. Now, here's the deal, Dylan. With that kind of a lead, I wouldn't try to overdrive my truck. I would try to save. I would save all I could right now. Brad Newman, you got nothing to prove. You've got a big lead. You're comfortable. Don't get too complacent, but try to save your fuel. Save your fuel, save your tires if you can do it.
Yeah, because right now, looking off the back bumper of Brad Newman, that truck right behind him, that's going to be the Raising Cane's One Love. Number 9 of Jordan Jurassic. So Jordan is currently 1 lap down. He's the first car 1 lap down. And now Jordan Jurassic has to get his lap back and then go all the way back around. And here we go. Down to the inside, Jordan Jurassic getting his lap back the hard way. And Brad Newman going to go ahead and let him get it back. And like you said, Wes, I have a 14, 15-second lead over everybody. I am clutching, letting off the throttle, half throttle, doing whatever I possibly can to try to save those 10 laps of fuel.
There is Brad Newman. Look at this, like 54 of the 90 laps that'll be coming up on the board this time by here in the virtual PD region of the Palmetto State, South Carolina, right off of I-95. This racetrack ran NASCAR in the Southern 500. Chase Briscoe was the 2-time back-to-back winner of this race this past Sunday. This racetrack is about 150 miles from my front door. I've worked here many times, and Dylan, right now, we are seeing Brad Newman in the virtual world for Australian eNASCAR dominate this thing. And right now, it is his race to lose as there goes Angus Lawford. Law, he's had some scary moments for Project 36. He is right back in this battle in the top 5 as they work off of turn 2.
Yeah, looking there right in front of Lawford. They're going to be side by side. Andy Barber down to the inside. Then you got Aaron Borg to the outside. Aaron Borg going to go ahead and move on over, let Andy Barber go. And going to single it, file it back out, and now he's got to take evasive maneuvers down to the inside. Going to be side by side once again, going in turns number 1 and 2. Aaron Borg, I'm going to go ahead and be like, hey, man, look, I don't want no problems. I want to keep my truck as clean as possible. I'm going to go ahead and let Angus Lawford go on by. And, a lot of these drivers are going to be side by side, but looking at it now, Wes, everybody is single file. They're kind of complacent where they want to be. They don't want to overdrive the car. They don't want to bring out that caution that maybe the Jurassic is looking for, or I guess looking like Raymond might be looking for, is he's going to be the first car 1 lap down. A lot of these drivers could be possibly looking for that caution flag to come out to regroup everybody back into that solid 2-wide racing. But who doesn't want to see that caution flag? That's going to be Brad Newman up there with the race lead.
Now, you're exactly right. There you see the race details. We're heading towards lap 100 and the final, 40 laps of this race remaining coming up, as obviously we're seeing now the fuel window We're seeing Brad Newman's strategy work in his favor. And remember, as I mentioned, there were cautions, 2 yellow flags. This is a long green flag run of the race. I mean, you think about it. We're closing on close to 80 laps, 85 laps of a green flag run. When they hit lap 117, that'll be 100 laps that these guys were able to go. Obviously, green flag, and it just shows you how competitive, how respectful, though, Dylan, these guys are. We saw the same thing in Richmond in the Australian eNASCAR Championship on Sunday night, if you remember, for Richmond. Only 3 cautions. There was a long green flag run to settle the finish of the race. We're seeing this now in the trucks here. A lot of respect, a lot of patience by a lot of these guys, with Brad Newman still out in front here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing that I do like about all these drivers out here. They give the respect where it is due. They take their time to respect one another on the racetrack, give each other room, don't want to cause too much hassle, because it like they always say, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. You want to dictate who makes the Final Four, who makes the playoffs. That's who you want to battle in the round of 16, the 8, and then the Final Four. So obviously you don't want to have your rival be there and then obviously anything happen the next week going forward, but definitely want to make sure that you make what you want to have in that playoff range. And then if they get knocked out, be like, you know what, I ran a better race than you did today, but I know the next week, now that you're knocked out, you're not going to let me have it nice and easy. As we have a pass going on by with the number 98 down to the inside of Lachlan Frank. Lachlan going to go ahead and move on up. And here comes the 194, Ryan Barber, in the 7-11 number, trying to get on around to Stephen Williams, hard on the outside wall.
Yeah, he's going to try it again. Look at this now as you watch Lachlan Frank Byard to the 98 up against the fence. Boy, talk about fighting for your spot in your Sim Rigs entry. Chevrolet is Stephen Williams fighting for every ounce of position, every inch he can. They're going to rim right off the wall with one another. Here comes now another truck as they make contact again coming off turn 4. These guys might be getting a little frustrated with one another as they door slam again going into 1. Door slam again going into turn 2. The 17 and the 98 are not getting happy with one another as we head to lap 100 next time by, Dylan.
Yeah, heading into lap number 100 this time by, and I don't know if this is an Arby's commercial or if this is racing, but we got the beef heading out here towards the racetrack. Oh, hard on the outside wall once again, getting pancaked. The 98 says, you know what, just go ahead and take the position. I'm getting tired of getting a little bit of the door slams there. Want to try to make it the rest of this race as Lachlan Frank goes up there, and here comes Stephen Williams. Here he comes. Back down.
Wow.
Oh!
And now look what happened. He got aggressive. Stephen Williams retaliated on Lachlan Frank, and now he's out of the race. And you got to remember, if he spins on the bottom of the apron, the caution's not going to come out. They're at the bottom of the apron of the racetrack. You were talking about the white lines earlier. 35 laps to go. We are still green. If you wanted a late race caution, we thought we were going to get it. We didn't. Props to Lachlan Frank for staying up on the high side and being able to fight off the battle with Stephen Williams.
Yeah, fighting that off, and that's when the aggressiveness, and you could just tell that Stephen Williams was getting a little bit frustrated, but you can't let it get the best of you. I mean, you got a lot of race left to go here tonight. You just kind of chalk that up as a loss. Be like, hey man, you know what? We had a little bit of a battle. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. We'll battle this out one more time as Lachlan Frank into pit lane this time by, but you know, Wes, while we've been watching the battles and the struggles of the trucks going in and through all 4 corners, Jordan Jurassic up to P number 5. So Jordan Jurassic trying to make something happen here. It looked like Brad Newman was getting a little bit loose coming off turns number 1 and 2. And, he's coming into pit lane. Brad Newman. Oh, no.
Wow. Here it is. Wow.
That is going to change everything.
It will.
Because Brad Newman have what it takes, Wes, in 33 laps or so to bring himself back up through the field?
I think you just opened the door to Jordan Jurassic, because if Angus Law or Tom Freer, none of these guys can go the distance. They pitted a lap or so later after Brad Newman. I see Jordan Jurassic winning this race. I see Jordan Jurassic taking this thing. I wasn't expecting it. Maybe Brad Newman pushed a little too harder than what we thought, and it's cost him, right? Because I tried to do the math. I tried to count it up in my head. Like I said, he was 10 laps shy. Well, you do the math here. He's, 30 laps short of making the distance? If you count the going slow under caution, maybe that adds up. Here comes Angus Law for Project 36. His Toyota can't go the distance. He's got to come down pit road. So we know Tom Freer and Aaron Borg are going to have to do the same thing. Jordan Jurassic might have just got the free pass, if you will, mulligan, to win this race here tonight at Darlington. Now he's up to second because here comes Angus Law. Other guys are pitting. Tom Freer can't go the distance on lap number 65. Here we go. It's strategy time. Dylan, it is Jordan Jurassic's race to lose. He's racing Kane right now. Chicken fingers. He's crossing his fingers, hoping he can go to the distance, but I think he'll be okay.
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I think the strategy that Jurassic ended up doing, pitting on lap number 16 under that second caution and then taking that last pit stop on lap number 83, that worked out to his favor. I'm honestly surprised not the whole field didn't follow them in. I mean, granted, Darlington can go one of two ways. Super clean and green or a lot of wrecks. And here tonight it has proven to be a long green flag run. Haven't had a caution since lap 16. Knock on wood. But still, able to keep it nice, clean, and green. And there it is, Kute Dow getting on around our race leader, getting one of his laps back. But that just the different pit strategies to throw everybody off has really paid off for that number 9 machine of Jordan Jurassic. Matt Raymond into pit lane of this time by, so a lot of different play calls going all the way out in and through here is Tom Freer still with the race lead as Brad Newman. Quick time on the board for the fastest race lap of the race, and he is 2 seconds ahead of the leader's last lap. So Brad Newman definitely going to be pushing all the way to the end of this race.
There's Jordan Jurassic. And look at this. Nope. Tom Freer ain't even pitted yet. Jordan Jurassic going for the lead. That's a statement here at Darlington, closing in on 30 laps to go. That shows you how good the 9 truck was. He didn't even have to wait for Tom Freer to come down to the pit lane, and he is back up in front. The 9 is ready to win this thing. Started from the pole, by the way. Jordan Jurassic, he's a guy that I know from the States, if I think correctly now. He's in the military. He was summoned to Korea. I believe he's in Korea. And that is why he's able to run with the Australian eNASCAR Truck Series, Dylan. And obviously, he's a friend I've known for a long time, a Cup Series truck champion, and right now, ready to put a win here and a sticker and go to the playoffs in the trucks here tonight at Darlington. And here's Tom Freer pitting.
Yeah, Wes, just to be a little bit off topic, but every time Dean goes back to the number 9 machine and shows the canes on the back, just makes me want to go to Raising Cane's today and get some Raising Cane. You know what? That's it. I'm going to Raising Cane's today, and then I'm going to send a picture to Dean of exactly what you get in the Caniac combo. You get the piece of garlic bread, you get coleslaw, you get fries, and you get chicken tenders.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, for sure. Raising Cane's, man. Cane's chicken. Anytime you're up in the Midwest, in the Indiana, Missouri, Illinois area, you got to get some Raising Cane's chicken. I wish they had one down here. I think they do, but it's just not in my neck of the woods. I'm just excited when they'll build a damn Whataburger here one day. There's a Whataburger coming soon, but Nonetheless, we are heading to the end of this one. 25 to go. In-N-Out is more of a West Coast thing. It's a California West Coast type thing. In-N-Out Burger is. I guess In-N-Out is our Crystals. I guess. I'll tell you, one of my popular places I've come to find going to lately is Wawa. Anybody ever knows what Wawa is? Wawa is a very popular gas station that's being built in this area. So I like the meatball subs, the mozzarella meatball subs. Well, Chooch is not having a good day at Darlington right now. He's trying to fight in the top 10, and then he only got a caution. We've got a caution out.
This changes. Oh no!
This changes everything. Is that Steven Williams?
That was the wreck before, I believe.
Yeah, that's what happened earlier. Wow, I'm not sure what happened. That was the accident where the 17 and where Frank and Williams got into one another. Jordan Jurassic is coming down pit road. Wow,
Yeah,
no,
this is a good, smart move. Go down, get the fresh tires, regroup, and it's going to be an all-out brawl for a lot of these drivers.
Angus Lawford Law is not going to pit. Neither is Tom Freer. Neither is Matt Raymond. Bet your bottom dollar 6th, 7th, and 8th are staying on the racetrack. Matt Raymond also. Watch them shoot up the scoring pylon. But these other guys, oh yeah, they're pitting. And here's the thing. Though he could go on fuel, Dylan, though he could go on fuel, tires are about gone on Jurassic's truck. He had no choice but to come down pit road.
Oh, absolutely. And I wonder, was Angus Lawford a lap down when that caution came out? So, yeah, Lawford should have. Yeah, Angus Lawford could win this. Absolutely, he's going to be back there, and Jordan Jurassic going to come out ahead of Brad Newman and Aaron Borg. So P2 and P3 already have their race wins for the season. Aaron Borg got his, I believe, at Richmond this season to lock himself into the playoffs. Brad Newman's got one, and then Tom Freer is the only multi-winner here at the Trek Series. He got his first win at Worldwide Technology, and then got one, I believe, last week in the Truck Series to make it two race wins on the series. Hold on here.
Unless there's something not right, they're still showing Aaron Borg and Jordan Jurassic first and second. So maybe these other guys were a lap down and they got their lap back. I still see Jordan Jurassic and Aaron Borg first and second on the racetrack. So this was absolutely smart to do that because they literally were not going to lose any track position. Now, I will tell you that, and I am seeing it right now. I'm seeing it update, Dylan. Riley Curtis, Angus Law, Matt Bailey, Jamie Davis, Tom Freer, Matt Raymond were all a lap down. They took the free pass and the wave around, and they're back on the lead lap. That's why they didn't pit. They took the wave around or the free pass. They're back on the lead lap. So now you've got 9 trucks with Jordan Jurassic ready to go. 20 laps remaining here at Darlington, Dylan.
Beautiful restart by the number 9 machine. He's going to get out to a quick early lead over Brad Newman. Brad Newman pile driving it through turns number 1 and 2. Going to get clear of Aaron Borg. And now it's going to be go time. 20 laps to go here at Darlington. How hard do you want to push the truck? You want to push it extremely hard for the first couple laps, maybe possibly burn those tires off to not have the long run over the 20 laps, or do you kind of want to take it nice and easy for the first 10 and then really put the power down? But looks like Brad Newman says, you know what, I'm going to try to do everything I possibly can to be another multi-winner here in the Truck Series, as Tom Freer into pit lane Not sure exactly what happened. Maybe had a little bit of a
Get a
black flag
penalty?
scenario going in, and Aaron Borg all over the back bumper of Brad Newman.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Tom Freer got a penalty that we didn't know about, maybe speeding on pit road or something of that imagination. Right now, there's Aaron Borg. He's right there in third. He's going after Brad Newman. And while this goes on, this is exactly what Jordan Jurassic wants to see happen. He's in stealth mode. He is trying to pull away from everybody, but don't count out Brad Newman. We saw how good his truck was. This was a mulligan. He had to pit. He couldn't go the distance. Now you're back in the saddle again. Let's see what the truck can do as he works off turn 4 at the line with 16 to go.
You can see it there, Wes. The gap closed up substantially. Not sure if Jurassic had a little bit of a bad corner, had to get off the throttle just a little bit more than what he wanted to, or if Brad Newman is just that fast going down the long back straightaway, down in turns number 3 and 4. That gap closing even more. Top 3 have separated from the rest of the field. They're about equal distance from each other. Maybe 2 to 3 car lengths each off of the back bumper of the number 9, and then 2 to 3 car lengths off the back bumper of the number 1 for the number 43. But look at them running the exact same line through turns number 1 and 2. That's exactly what you want to do. Then 3 and 4, you're going to see Brad Newman kind of keep it up high, use that high lane to his advantage to get that run off turns number 3 and 4, and just losing a little bit of time if he runs that top side.
I am loving it. Look at Jordan Jurassic strategy-wise, doing exactly what he needs to do. He's down to the line. It'll be 15, make it 14 laps to go when they come back to the stripe. And now look at this. Jordan Jurassic had everything fall in his place. He wasn't expecting a late race caution. Oh, and by the way, that opened the door for Brad Newman, who had no choice but to come down to the pit lane. But this late race caution changes everything. And right now, here comes Brad Newman trying to run down the 9. It's going to be the 9 and the 1. Somebody call 911 in Aussie country, because these guys are going to battle it out here for the finish. It's going to be a big, big finish. A barn burner on deck at Darlington off turn 4. Cue the sirens, Dylan.
Yeah, looking at it now, Jordan Jurassic doing everything he possibly can to hold on to that race lead. Not sure if he's mirror driving just a little bit or if he just got it turned off, looking out the front windshield. But Brad Newman throwing everything but the kitchen sink at that number 1 machine, trying to catch up to the number 9. It's kind of like the Xfinity Series with Shane Van Gisbergen and the number 9 just kind of running away on a road course. And then you got the 1, I could say, like Connor Zilic, if it was only the number 88. But still, you got the top 2 juggernauts of the league. And obviously with Jordan Jurassic not being in it for the points this season, you got the 2 best of the best dueling it out here at Darlington. Who's going to come away and say that they can tame the Lady in Black and get their first or even possibly second race win of the season?
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens here as they get ready to come across the line, heading back into turn number 1 here at Darlington. The Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame. Jordan Jurassic, Brad Newman, Aaron Borg, Riley Curtis, Matt Bailey, a whole new list of drivers in the top 10. 8th position actually on the lead lap. But they have got to battle between the 9 and the 1. It is Toyota, it is Bowtie Chevrolet going at it as we close in on 9 to go now. It is go time. 10 remaining here at Darlington.
Yeah, definitely going to be a fun little 10-lap shootout. But as we see it on the track, make sure you guys share, like, comment, subscribe to YouTube. Help us out as the Australian E-Series brings you coverage every single week on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights, with the Xfinity Series on a Sunday nights running every other Sunday. And then you got the X Series on Tuesdays, and then right now Thursday night in the Truck Series. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys do that on all series platforms, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, as traffic getting out of the way of the race leaders. Very smart move there. Just wants to let these guys battle it out. Don't want to be in their way. I mean, you could have used a little bit of a pick. I think Brad Newman wanted that lap car to stay up there, Wes. Be like, come on, man. I wanted the pick. I want to be as close to Jordan Jurassic as I possibly can.
Jordan Jurassic still hitting his marks. Brad Newman not within striking distance yet. I gotta wonder, as they close in on 7 to go, this time by off of turn number 4 at the line. I gotta wonder, Dylan, if Brad is saving something. But here's the deal. He doesn't need to lose ground on the 9. Right now, it's these two guys ready to battle it out. Borg is a 2.5 back in 3rd. But right now, Jurassic and Newman ready to duke it out here as they head to turn 3 in front of that big Winston Tower. And we are looking at 6 to go at Darlington this time by.
Yeah, coming off turns number 3 and 4, a little bit of looseness for the number 1 machine of Brad Newman, able to keep the wheel as steady as he possibly can. And just like you said, Wes, I think he's saving just a little bit, but when is it go time for Brad Newman? He doesn't want to save too much. He's keeping the distance honest. He's keeping it where he wants to be, but for a racer like myself and Brad Newman, you want to be a little bit closer to that race leader to try and make a move coming to the final couple laps of this race.
I think you're exactly right. As we make another move back to turn 1, 5 laps to go. There's more great racing going on in the back. Actually, you know what? That's actually lap traffic. The leader is already caught lap traffic. He's put one guy a lap down who smacks off the outside safer barrier, and he passed him easily with no problem whatsoever. Newman could have took advantage of using that lap truck as a pick, but he couldn't catch him. And now look at the interval as the 9 has checked out. It's over 0.8 of a second, maybe more. 4 to go at Darlington. The Big D is the Big D. Jordan Jurassic looking to win here in the 9 off turn 2.
Yeah, looking at it right now, he's got some more lap traffic coming up in front of him. The Project 36 machine right in front of him. Got a little bit of a ways to go, but with it being 4 laps to go, coming down to take 3 laps to go, is that lap traffic going to get out of the way for the race leaders, or is it going to play dividends to the race leader of Jordan Jurassic here coming through turns number 1 and 2, as catching up very quickly to the number 36 machine. He's going to stay up there on the racing line, going down to turns number 3 and 4. Jordan Jurassic is there. And I think Chooch going to go all the way to the outside, going to tag the wall just a little bit. He's like, hey, you know what? I haven't had my Darlington stripe yet. Let me go ahead and take it off my list.
Shootout time, 2 to go. Jurassic hitting his marks. He has not faltered. He has not wavered whatsoever. And there's Brad Newman now boxed by Chooches. Brandon Griffiths now up against the outside wall. He'll clear by him. That's the second place man in the 1. He'll clear the Project 36 entry. Meanwhile, Jordan Jurassic works off turn 4. Dylan McDonald, white flag in the air. Final lap for the number 9 as he sets sail in turn 1.
Yeah, this race is official as of right now. He is almost a half a track away from pay dirt. Making his debut for this season, Jordan Jurassic off turns number 1 and 2 for the final time. Down the Boeing back stretch, down in turns number 3 and 4, Jordan Jurassic for the final time. And the number 9, One Love Racing Canes machine coming around to take the checkered flag. Barney's got it out in the air. Jordan Jurassic is going to win at Darlington here tonight.
What a job by the number 9. Strategy indeed. Had to come down pit lane. We were wondering what that happened with the strategy of the race. Then a late race caution. Everybody came down pit lane. Brad Newman, his whole strategy changed. Everybody's strategy changed. If you were in the top 10, you were in it to win it. but you could not stop the Raising Cane's number 9. One love, one heart. The Big Red 9, Jordan Jurassic, wins at Darlington. What a job for this guy right here. Let him celebrate.
He's definitely going to celebrate all day long here in the number 9 machine. Going to burn it down with us up here in the broadcast booth. And what a race from start to finish. And that race-winning move, I think, taking the caution on lap number 16 to outsmart the strategy of the rest of the field. Jordan Jurassic, another first-time winner here tonight in the A&E Truck Series.
Burning it down, celebrating, as you mentioned. What a phenomenal job. There's a look at the results now up on the screen here at the end of round number 9 tonight at Darlington. You got the top 10 there, Dylan, as we continue to watch Jordan Jurassic, in the words of the great country singer Jason Aldean, burning it down here at Darlington.
We're going to go ahead and run down the finishing positions of tonight's race. Is going to be Jordan Jurassic getting the race win here tonight. Brad Newman followed up in P number 2. Aaron Borg is going to round out your podium here tonight. Riley Curtis going to be 4th. 5th is going to be Matt Bailey. 6th is going to be Angus Lawford. 7th is going to be Matt Raymond. 8th is going to be Jamie Davis. 9th is going to be Tim Blundell. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Tom Freer.
11th will be, and by the way, all these guys who are lapped down are more. David Law, Brandon Griffiths, by the way, good run for Project 36, top 15, but still a lap down. Brad Wright, Trent Lavelle, Ricky Hyde, Ryan Barber, Lachlan Frank, Mark Grocott, Mark Fluffy finishes in the top 20 as well. If you add also Katai Dale and Andy Barber to the mix too, Dylan.
Yeah, looking here. 20th is going to be, 21st is going to be Marty Mitchell. 22nd is going to be Tim Blundell. 23rd is going to be Stephen Williams, Jake Maloney in 24th. 25th will be Jason Holdsworth. 26th is going to be Aaron Dorman. 27th is going to be Kelvin Clark. 28th, Jared Gilbert. 29th is going to be Angus Sweeney. And running out your 30-car field here tonight is going to be Matt Patton in P number 30.
And what a great job by these guys again. Something about the number 3 cautions at Richmond in the Australian eNASCAR Championship playoffs at Richmond, and the same thing for tonight. 2 cautions to start the race, a long green flag run. The late race caution only makes 3 total, and what a talent indeed. Jordan Jurassic celebrating, and Dylan, obviously, what a debut for the man here. He's Raising Cane's, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy some of those Raising Cane's chicken later tonight in the Hoosier State.
Oh, absolutely. But while we're going to do that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick little ad break for us to catch our breath a little bit, get the drivers up here in the broadcast booth. So we'll be right back after these quick little ad commercial breaks and get together with our top 3.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back here with the A&E Truck Series Season 2 as we got our top three in the broadcast booth. We're going to go ahead and start with the race winner. He kind of let me down not having a Jurassic Park theme truck, but that's going to be Jordan Jurassic with the race win here tonight. Jordan, this is Dylan and Wes Outland in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got y'all.
All right, Jordan. You started on the pole here tonight. Decided to take the easy route on lap number 16 with that first or the second caution of the race. Go down, take some tires, fuel up on the fuel, and then it was just the strategy call by the number 9 and others to kind of take away from the race here tonight. What was going through your mind when that final caution came out here tonight? Was it more of, I needed it, or was it, damn, I didn't really want to see it?
I mean, it was like a kind of in betweener because I felt like I was saving my whole tires. I was good on fuel towards the end. I felt by the time Newman got up to me, the tires would have evened out. He was catching at a good rate, but I mean, I feel like the tires evened out towards the end of the run. But even then, it was going to be pretty hard for somebody to make the pass on a short run there, especially when everybody's going 100%. So I was like, okay, we're going to put fresh tires as long as the control car it's going to be under, if I make no mistakes, it's going to be a win. So it was right in between. I didn't really mind it.
Jordan, it is always great to see you in your winning ways. Obviously, as I said, a former NASCAR Cups Truck Series champion. That's their elite program. Obviously, doing it here in Australia in eNASCAR Truck Series. I'm understanding tonight was your debut. How do you feel the drivers were different than the state guys, or is it really anything like that in the driver chat, the communication, and just what strategy you had when that late race caution fell? Was you upset? Was you frustrated, or was that exactly what you wanted to have happen because we knew you came down pit road?
Over here on this side of racing, I mean, they had pretty good racing etiquette. I mean, you're going to have your aggressive drivers from time to time, but overall, it was a great experience with these drivers. I enjoy racing with them. Hope to get a couple more races before I go back to the States. I go
Awesome.
back in the end of the month, so I'm happy to go back home, but I'm enjoying my time here and with the Australian NASCAR E Series and the Truck Series. But the other question, yeah, I wasn't really mad or happy. It's just like if we put tires on and I keep the lead, I feel very confident we were going to get the win there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what ended up happening. You know, obviously you started on the front row, fell back, got your way back up to the front. But Jordan, before we let you get on out here, celebrate that race win here tonight. If there's anybody on that number 9, One Love Raising Cane's machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours, good sir.
Yes, sir. I want to thank Ryko Performance for this great setup and their Victory One team. Proud to be on their team, and hopefully we can get more wins towards the end of the season. But and also Canes. I mean, they don't sponsor me, but I love Canes. I can't wait to get Canes when I get back.
See, he knows about it, Wes. Like, oh, it's such good. Oh, so good. But, well, buddy, we want to say congratulations for the race win here tonight. Can't wait to see you come back throughout the entire season here and there. And good luck in whatever you shall be doing. And can't wait to see you get back across the big pond.
So Jordan and Dylan, the closest Raising Cane's Chickens location for me is in Chapel Hill near UNC, the home of the Tar Heels, obviously. And then Greenville, North Carolina. And that is 48 miles going to Chapel Hill, 60 miles going to Greenville. So there you go. That sucks. Oh, well.
I have one
near the
5
North
miles
Carolina.
from my house.
My next base is going to be in North Carolina in the Goldsboro area.
Oh, you're going to be in Goldsboro, Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God. We got to get together, man, and do lunch.
Yes, sir. I'm down.
Hell yeah. Goldsboro's like 20 minutes from me, man. See, so you're going to be stationed at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.
Yes, sir. Seymour. It's going to be a good one.
How about that, brother? Well, look, we'll let you go. Dylan's got to grab second and third, but before I do that, my friend, I got to say this. Thank you for your service. Whether you're an American, whether you're Australian, for those that fight for our country, fight for our freedoms, thank you, my friend. And dude, you got to let me know when you come to Goldsboro. We'll get together for sure. Definitely.
For sure. Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for putting on this broadcast as well.
All right,
Dylan, back to you, brother.
Let's go to do it for our race winner here tonight. This is going to be Jordan Jurassic at the number 9. Going to go ahead and move on to our second place finisher. The man who started second, finishing second, thought he had the win here tonight. This is going to be Brad Newman. Brad, Dylan and Wes in the booth. Got a copy.
Good night, fellas.
All right, Brad. Bad Fast Brad. That's my new nickname for you. You thought you had it down where you needed it to go. You had the pit strategy going in your favor. Obviously, you had to take a little bit of a shortcut through the pit lane to refuel to make it the last 20 or so laps, but you were able to make it happen. Then the caution flew. And everybody loves to see a good caution get everybody jumbled back up. What more in that number 1 machine did you need to stick with the number 9 and possibly take over the race lead?
Track position at Darlington. You really need track position. Everyone's going flat out with such a short run at the end as well. So just right up behind him, it's really hard to do anything about it. And it sort of just burnt my tires up towards the end there, making an attempt at it. So yeah, there wasn't much I thought I could do at the end there.
Brad, I got to ask you this question, man. It's always great. Been following you the last couple of months with the announcing with the Australian NASCAR, but man, the green flag runs, did it hurt you more than help you? I guess the nice way of saying it. Like, do you think it really changed the complexion of the race for that matter?
Do you mean the yellow when the caution came out?
Yeah, but I also mean being under green flag conditions so long and having to make green flag pit stops also. It changed the complexion of the race, right?
Oh, I was fine. I thought I'd be quick enough to get to the front at the end there before the yellow came out on the 2 stop to the end, but if spots are maybes, we'll never know, I guess.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, obviously you got a couple more short tracks coming up on the schedule before we start the playoffs here tonight or on this night. But still, you're already locked into the playoffs. Can't wait to see what the number 1 machine has left to offer all the way in and through this race. You ran an incredible race. You led majority of the race. You got the enough points to get yourself up there with more playoff points or in anything like that. But Brad, it was an absolute blast having you up here in the broadcast booth once again. It seems like it's every single week, no matter what it is. We get to talk to you, get to talk about what you have going on with the race truck. But if there's anybody on that number 1 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Just like to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast as always. Dean Thrower in my ear tonight, that was helpful. The guys at Lobs Esports, and I'll take a Kane sponsorship if this one's going. I feel like some of that now too.
All right, buddy. Well, it was good talking to you. Can't wait to see what you have for us next week, and can't wait to see what you have to throw at the kitchen sink for the rest of the season.
Appreciate that. Thanks, boys.
You too, buddy.
That's going to be our second. Yep, that's going to be our second place finisher of Brad and Newman. Going to go ahead and move on down to our third place finisher. That's going to be the number 43 of Aaron Borg. Aaron, Dylan and Wes in the booth. Got you, buddy.
Yeah, gotcha. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. It seems like a common theme. You're starting to get back up there, getting the top 3s, knocking them down. You finished in every single position so far this season. It seems like got your first win at, I believe it was Richmond this season, locked yourself into the playoffs. Nice little top 3 here tonight at Darlington. Obviously, it's a track too tough to tame. It just seems like you just didn't have what it took to get the clean air that you needed to get around the number 9 and the number 1.
Yeah, we didn't really have that much pace, to be honest. I got that late caution probably helped a lot. We decided to stay out there and hope for the late caution, and it came at the right time, which allowed us to at least hook onto the back of the front 2 and stay on the podium.
Aaron, it seems like you have got momentum going for you, whether it is winning or it is just being consistent with podiums. What do you attribute to that for the last couple of weeks, month for that matter, with all of the different series you run, sir?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a good run of top 3 and top 5s and a couple of wins. So nothing's really changed, to be honest. Just, getting out there, having some fun.
And absolutely, and fun is exactly what everybody likes to have, and you're just out there having fun, even if you don't have the pace to keep up with the race leaders. You just kind of let them go and just kind of run your own pace. I don't think I really even seen you bounce off the wall at all. I think maybe the 43 was one of the cleaner trucks out there without the Darlington stripe or anything like that. So, congratulations on that. If you didn't hit the wall at all, as it's very hard to not hit the wall at Darlington. But congratulations on your top 3 once again here tonight, Aaron. And can't wait to see what the number 43 has to offer once we start the playoff races.
Yeah, thanks. I think I scraped the wall a couple of times, but luckily it wasn't shown, so that was good. But looking forward to getting stuck into the playoffs in a few races' time, and hopefully we can keep the consistency up the front going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Aaron, if there's anybody on that number 43 machine, I'd like to give a shout out to. The floor is yours, good sir.
Just thanks VRS for the setups. Jake Maloney, my teammate, it was good fun having a chat with him through the night, and you guys for putting on the show.
All right, that's going to do it for our top 3 interviews here tonight. And Wes, wanted to say thank you, buddy, for coming on in here, helping out in the broadcast booth. That way Dean could focus on the cameras here tonight, as Nigel could not make it, as we got the schedule up here on the screen. Next week, Atlanta, the 2008 version, 128 laps. So instead of the kind of the plate track looking Atlanta, we're going to have the old school Atlanta. So that's definitely going to be a fun one. And then right after, we're going to have the regular season finale at Bristol on Thursday morning or Thursday night, 2 weeks time, 150 laps. Then we're going to move on to our playoffs here tonight, and absolutely a blast. 136 laps up and down here at Darlington West. Any good takeaways from the race here tonight that you were able to notice?
That was a lot of strategy, right? We saw so many different opportunities of drivers to have strategy, team strategy, driver strategy, whether it was the, going for the undercut or pitting or trying to see how many times they could pit, see if they could go the distance, roll the dice. But when that dreaded LRC, the late race caution, come out, you saw that it was in favor for some. It was a nightmare for others. Only 9 drivers were able to battle back on that final restart. And obviously we saw the end result. Thanks to everybody in the chat, all you awesome Aussie mates and mateys. It's Wesley Outland. And I got to tell you, Darlington is a great track. Next week, Atlanta. Thanks to Nigel for having me fill in. I think I'm filling in next week as well. Dylan, Atlanta is an abrasive racetrack. It is not the super speedway Echo Park Automotive Speedway that they have today. Like you said, it is, at one time, drivers loved old Atlanta. Abrasive on tires, very consistent on strategy. I think we're going to see a very unique race as we move into the penultimate race of the regular season next week at Atlanta. It should be a very fun time. Looking forward to working with you again, Dylan. Thanks, pal.
Oh, absolutely, and you hit the nail on the head, especially with Atlanta. You're the Kevin Harvick track, as I like to say, is you're going to see everybody running that inside. You're definitely going to see who's going to be able to save tire the best, and then obviously save the fuel as well. But can't wait to see that happen again next week, and it's going to be fun having you in the broadcast booth next week. Can't wait to see it happen. Obviously, Sunday night, we're going to be off this week, as like I said earlier in the broadcast, they run every other week. And then, Wes, you'll be back in the broadcast booth on the Tuesday nights for the BNG X Series. So that's definitely going to be something fun to watch as well, as I kind of go there.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and-
Of course, I will be there, and obviously the championship playoffs, as we mentioned, Bristol coming up in not this Sunday, but next Sunday, also on September 14th. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something to watch. We're going to go ahead and look at the schedule here one last time and get ready to close up shop here for the A&E Truck Series. It's been an absolute blast up here on the broadcast booth, calling the race win for Jordan Jurassic, making his debut for this season in the number 9 machine. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the YouTube content so that way you guys don't miss anything that we have to offer each and every single week. But that's going to do it for myself and Wes Outland in the broadcast booth. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.